37th parallel on America's haunted highway, it's Pixelated Paranormal, your guide to the unusual and the strange.
Hey, what's up, strangers? Long time no see. My name is Shawn. We just got through seeing Superman. It was a fucking banger of a movie. And with me, as always, is Preston. Presto, buddy, how are you, sir?
What's up, all you cool ghosts and goblins, you crocodines, crocodingos, you Skeletor, skelets, witchers and witches, ghosts and goblins, Dungeons and Dragons, witches and wizards, and all-out fucking nerds. I don't know what else. Everybody else, barbarians and druids. I don't fucking know. We've been doing D&D for so long. Anyways, I'm doing good. I mean, I had to take a panic phone call like 5 minutes ago and like simmer down my kid. But that's the joys of being a parent.
Family emergency.
Yeah.
That's why I always say, and by always I mean, I don't know, a couple of times recently have said, we'll start streaming at 10:30 p.m. ish, because it never fails, dude. Something comes up. Every time. But it's all right, man.
I try to pull out my inner Big John Wiener. I just always try to remember, certain things. Dad was always like a sage when he talked to me when it comes to like life advice, and then other times he just fucking ripped me apart. So there was this story time real quick. I may or may not have been downloading inappropriate images and putting them on a little hard disk, like the little A disk, and taking them to school and selling them for like $20 a disc. And so like he very calmly said he was disappointed in the fact that I was pirating like nude images, but he was impressed that I was able to like backdoor my way into getting those images off a computer, and he would take care of the principal for me. And so I always remember that how to stay cool, calm, and reserved when I need to be. So
yeah, tread lightly. That's hilarious, man. Like, people listening, if you were born after Shrek,
you have no idea how hard it was back in the day.
Yeah, we used to have to get our nudie pics off the websites and then save them to hard drives, and then apparently put them on floppy disks, Preston.
Yes, so, the email accounts, there was whenever you had like Microsoft Outlook or whatever it was, each one of those email accounts had a server that tied to your hard drive on your computer. So if you knew how to access that server, you could actually go into individual accounts and get on everybody's like their cache on their computer and look at their temporary internet files, and just click them over and transfer over the photos real quick. And so I discovered how to pirate stuff very early on at a young age. So
Jesus,
yeah,
little entrepreneur, man. You can't be mad at that kind of gusto, can you?
And the only reason why I got caught was because my friend was like, "Dude, this is a good scheme," and so he decided to print them off on his deluxe inkjet, and then he would sell them for the photos individually for $2, and that's how we got caught, because he wasn't as sly as I was,
Yep. You guys flew too close to the sun, man.
Got burnt, fucking Icarus. Fucking Icarus.
I should call you Icarus from now on. That's a fun story. Well, folks, it's been a long time. It's been almost 3 months since we podcasted, and it's eerily similar to last summer, when I think we had a pretty big patch of inconsistency as well. When the summer kicked off. But I don't want to make this old men complaining hour, because that one guy hated that time we talked about our chili recipes for 20 minutes. But
fuck you, Steve, if you're still watching.
I thought it was John or something like that.
Fuck you, John, if you're still watching.
I probably got the complaint somewhere in the annals of our email. But just a quick little update. Shayla and I sold our old house, packed up, and moved to a new little city near Wichita. And so the last several months we had been packing and moving and unpacking, and it just kind of consumed our lives like it does for anybody. And I just didn't have time. That's my side of things, and probably the majority of the whole thing here. But yeah, we bought this new place, and then I decided I would not finish the basement, and then I would finish it myself to save some money, not thinking that I didn't have a recording studio when we got moved in. So I've been, try as I might, trying to find my microphone, because packing still is a bit of a headache, and we're almost 2 months into living here, and I literally just found my actual podcasting mic this afternoon. So, yeah, that's how things have been going for me. Preston, anything fun to share with the listeners?
No, I mean, not really. Like, like I'm still in the whole remodeling process on the house. And so, over, the last couple of weeks, like, we're doing a new kitchen countertop, backsplash, remodeling the upstairs, downstairs bathroom. And then it just seems like our schedules would just like never sync up. I've been trying to get out more with Jason and Blake and experiencing concerts, and like we'd go to record. I'm like, oh no, fuck, sorry dude, I got a concert this weekend. And
yeah.
Blake and his friend wanted to go see the Jurassic Park movie like 2 weekends ago, and I'm like, hey, by the way, can't record tonight. You're like, what about Sunday? And I'm like, yeah. And then Sunday, like, oh, hey, by the way, I'm getting a tattoo that I forgot about. Sorry.
Well, I was the same way, man. Like, even last night something came up, and then tonight I'm like, yeah, let's record. We'll just do it Sunday, man. Like, we haven't done it for 3 months. Nobody's sitting here waiting on YouTube for us to start. And then my wife and I went and saw Superman and just got home like 10 minutes before we recorded. So I think we're going to shift things around a little bit. Like, we're not going to stop doing the show, but I think we're going to change the way we're doing it. So the big announcement is that we are going to continue doing the video live feed version of the podcast. So YouTube and Facebook and Rumble and any of those things, you can still watch us. You can still go watch archived episodes, new episodes live, watch them later, whatever. But with my time schedule and go ahead.
So yeah, you can catch us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Rumble, and Kick. Those are the current online platforms that we stream the video to.
Yeah. Video's not going anywhere, so you can still watch us there. But with my schedule and the fact that I've got to still renovate and I guess you say remodel, I got to finish 2 bedrooms in the basement. I'm just not going to have the time to edit the audio anymore. And so we are making the kind of a bummer decision to end the podcast stream, like the audio stream that you would be able to go to on iTunes and Spotify and all that kind of stuff, because we don't do this for money, and so this is not me crying about not making any money, but I will say that we've discovered we have a lot more hits and a lot more interaction and viewership and listenership based on video versus audio. So it's become a thing where like doing the audio just doesn't make a lot of sense anymore. And to continue the show going forward, we're just going to have to let the audio go for now, at least. If I can find another way, maybe find a new host. Squarespace also really jacked up their prices on their website. And since this is a free hobby, like I'm not going to beg people for money, and we don't do subscriptions. So it just makes more sense for us to, in order to keep the show going, to just unfortunately pull the plug on the audio podcast. But we'll still do the show live and YouTube. I think YouTube has a way for us to actually rip the audio and just upload it as an actual podcast through their platform. I'm going to look into that more. So what I would say is for people to give us a follow on Facebook and on Instagram if you don't already, because that's where you're going to find any announcements and all updates that we give out outside of watching the show. But I don't know. So I kicked my temporary table. We haven't picked a day yet if we'll do Saturdays or Sundays or what. So we'll announce that going forward once we have time to talk about it. But yeah, this is all kind of spur of the moment stuff. And I think that I'm hoping the content quality will be a little more coherent, more research, stuff like that, because editing a podcast takes a couple hours a week, and I think cutting out the editing that I would do on the audio so much, the show still means a lot to me. It's always meant a lot, and trying to get that content like just as clean as I can. But I mean, 2 hours a week editing, I'm not going to have it right now on my schedule. I need to get some kind of studio set up for myself, because recording in this empty room is probably echoey, number one, and not quite as homey as I'm used to with all my shit everywhere. So anyway, that's kind of the spiel. We're going to keep the video.
I missed the
going.
alien in the background. You need to go.
Yeah.
You need to go dig Elliot out of storage and just put him somewhere.
Elliot is unpacked. He's in one of the unfinished rooms in the basement. My coffin bookshelf is down there. All my stuff and all the stuff I've since accumulated, it's all down there. But it's just I don't have my space, because I wanted, in our old house, for 11 years, the office area went from being half my stuff, half Shayla's, to basically all her stuff kind of being moved to one wall. And I just encroached and spread out with all my stuff. So moving in, the finished spare room we have is going to be for her. That's what this area is going to be, is her space. And, her books, all of her collectibles and stuff that she didn't have. I mean, a fraction of what I've got, because she's not a big nerd. I am. But yeah, I look forward to continuing. I think next week will be the official episode 350 and celebrating our 10 years. Oh, looky there. Thanks, babe. Will he stay up? Hold on. I don't know. Shucks. There we go. Now it feels like a podcast again.
There we go.
Shayla's watching downstairs. But yeah, so that's the state of the union, guys. The show's not ending. It's just we're going to have to evolve for a little while. But I may look at Anchor as a new podcasting host. I think that's pretty easy to use. We might look at getting the show up again, but things just really changed after we left Pixelated Sausage Network with Mark. Once they made the decision to kind of, evolve their network, things kind of changed for us, and we had to restart. So we'll restart again. But at least we have this other media stream, video, to keep doing what we love to do. And there's still plenty of stories out there. And I mean, if Preston, if you've got a few minutes, I can share that Annabelle story if you got time.
I got time.
Sweet. Anything else you want to say on the subject? As you mute to vape. Maybe not.
Oh, you're.
I think Preston may have had a small stroke. Oh, you lost audio. That's weird. From both of us? Or just me? Man, this is how she goes sometimes. I think Preston may have had a small stroke.
I lost audio on your side there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, that's weird. I can't hear you at.
That's
can't
weird.
hear you at all.
I'm coming through the live stream. Man, this is how she goes sometimes. Can you hear me? I think Preston may have had a small stroke.
I lost audio. Oh, there we go. Can you hear me?
Back again?
Yeah, there we go.
Man, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Shayla brought Elliot into the feed, and then things are a little haywire, man. I love it. It's like we never left.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad you're back, man. Okay, so yeah, I said that's all I had to say about that. You got any thoughts? Anything else you want to finish that up with before I get on?
Nope. Let's go to Annabelle,
Sweet, man. So as many people probably heard in the news recently, Annabelle hit headlines recently. In a news story published back on July 15th, the real-life Annabelle doll's handler, Dan Rivera, has unfortunately passed away at the age of 54, whilst on tour with the Annabelle doll and a slew of other paranormal artifacts. The Connecticut native and paranormal investigator has been the primary caretaker for the Raggedy Ann doll, which is the classic fixture for the horror genre, especially from the Conjuring film franchise. Well, according to a Facebook post from the New England Society for Psychic Research, which is hosting Annabelle's tour across country, Rivera suddenly passed away while at the event with the doll back around the 15th of this month. Rivera was also the lead investigator for the NESPR. The cause of death was not released, and since then they've released that nothing strange, nothing unusual, nothing out of the ordinary happened. It looks like it might have just been like a natural death. So, nothing suspicious. It wasn't Annabelle. In fact, she wasn't even in his actual room when it happened. But the Pennsylvania State Police shared a report on Twitter Wednesday about what happened to Rivera. Report he died on the 13th of July this year. They said members from the PSP Gettysburg responded to a hotel in Straubing Township, Adams County, for a report of a deceased person. The deceased was discovered in his hotel room by workers of the hotel. Nothing unusual or suspicious was observed at the scene. His cause of death is pending. And of course, since then, there's been updates that they've ruled that nothing suspicious or, concerning happened as far as like it wasn't murder. And again, the doll wasn't in him. But in another statement, they came out and said it's with deep sadness that Tony Wade... Oh, sorry. Let me back up here real quick. The fellow investigator Chris Galorin, who's a part of Annabelle's tour, announced Rivera's death back on Monday. It's with deep sadness that Tony, Wade, and I share the sudden passing of our close friend and partner. We're heartbroken and still processing the loss. Dan truly believed in sharing his experiences and educating people on the paranormal, and his kindness and passion touched everyone who knew him. Thank you for your support and kindness during the difficult time. So, Rivera was part of a group currently on the Devils on the Run tour, hosted by Ghostly Images of Gettysburg and the NESPR. According to their website, the event held in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, on the weekend of Rivera's passing was a night of paranormal history as the infamous Annabelle doll visits Gettysburg's haunted orphanage. The Annabelle doll will continue traveling throughout the next few months, with her next stop in August in Maine, and then on September 6th and September 7th. She also is expected to be at the Rock Island Roadhouse Esoteric Expo in Rock Island, Illinois, in October on the 4th, and Scarefest Weekend 17 in Lexington, Kentucky, which will be from October 17th through to the 19th. Rivera's death came after rumors circulating in May that Annabelle had somehow gone missing while in Louisiana. The rumors had come after some visitors claimed they didn't see the doll during the tour. In addition, a recent fire at a nearby Nottoway plantation turned Nottoway Resort in White Castle, Louisiana, intensified speculation that there was somehow a connection between Annabelle's supposed disappearance and the blaze. I'm going to say this, man. I mean, if Annabelle's going to burn down an old plantation, fuck yeah, Annabelle. That's what I'm going to say about that, man. She's doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
Not to make light of it, man, because people lost their jobs, but also, I mean, fucking plantation, the symbolism of just, hate and racism and everything.
So
in and of itself. So
I would, for anybody who's ever on the fence about the paranormal and like, I don't know if ghosts are real. There's several plantations across the United States that you can do like a haunted tour. You can also stay the night. Out of all the places haunted that the wife and I have ever stayed at, the Myrtle's plantation was the most fucked up experience. Like, there's some evil juju going on in those places, and if you're on the fence, nut up or shut up and go stay at one of those, and then let me know how that experience goes. So,
right. I mean, any plantation, I think, is going to be spooky because of just all the energy, right? Like we're not
Yeah.
talking about just your plain old everyday ghost. It's not Gettysburg soldiers. Like it's the ghosts of people who were killed and just, I mean, destroyed in so many horrible ways. You know, you talk about stone tape theory with just energy being trapped
Yeah.
in, inanimate objects, man. Like that place is probably full of negative energy.
And then, spending some time down in New Orleans and, just learning the history of the different groups of people that came in. And so, like hoodoo, voodoo, what's the basis of all those and that folklore? So you look at those groups of people that were coming in and like all these religions that basically kind of, intertwined and mingled. So the amount of like spiritualist rituals that were going on these plantations, right? Because they're harvesting crops or whatever it is, but then at night they were allowed to be out and do whatever it is that they kind of wanted to do. And so you had like the spiritual leaders of the slaves that were, doing rituals and things and, trying to like lead these people. And so I think that energy is still lingering there. And so, you got a tough as nails plantation owner like, fuck, like, let's fix this fucker. Let's, slice a chicken open, do a ritual, and fucking curse his family. Like, dude, don't fuck with that shit. That shit's real. So,
yeah, no doubt, man. Real quick, let's give a little shout out here. Our buddy Jonathan, been a supporter and follower for a very long time, says, "Yeah, I finally catch a live episode. What's up, buddy? I hope you're doing well." And then Shayla wants me to show off. I'm in her office, mind you. Her fuzzy pink chair that I am currently podcasting in.
It really brings out the color of your eyes.
Yeah, you say that. It probably brings the pink out in my face.
You are a little red,
That's probably rosacea or something. Who knows? Gin blossoms even. There we go. Now I got a little bit more contrast too. So, but yeah, man, fucking plantations. Am I right? Well, I got another story here we can finish things up on in this very special, abrupt episode. So this is really fucking terrifying. This is a scary podcast, right? Man-eating screwworm turns hospital into horror show. A long-forgotten parasite has made a comeback, and it's reasserting its dominance in Honduras. This is from back on June 24th. Oh, it's our anniversary. Not you and me, but my wife and I. In a chaotic emergency ward where gang members are normally treated for machete wounds, on most days, a quiet patient with flesh-eating worms hidden inside her nose is causing a stir. Perched on the edge of a metal gurney, Reina Avila was the latest to arrive to be infiltrated by the New World screwworm, a tiny parasite that has recently reemerged in Central America in Mexico after being effectively eradicated. Nurses break off from triage to take videos on their phones as a long, thin torch beam lights up Reina's right nostril, revealing several of the black-tipped, centimeter-long worms writhing at the edge of her sinuses. Oh, God, can you imagine? Despite being dictated by professionals, the freak show aspect of the scene momentarily transforms medics into horror show voyeurs. They gasp with shock, and no one has seen anything like this before. In the city of San Pedro Sula in Honduras, the long-forgotten screwworm, the parasitic fly's larva, is a reminder to people that the second part of Latin scientific name of... It's a reminder to people the second part of this Latin scientific name is Hominivirax, which means man-eating. So yeah, man-eating fly larvae are on the rise.
I didn't read the whole article, but Facebook this morning popped up. They just recently rediscovered a lost species of fluke worms deep in the ocean.
Great.
And the photos that they showed, it basically looked like the eggs from Aliens. And they're like, so they got down there and they noticed like these weird eggs, and they're like, what the fuck are these? Are these like squid eggs? Are these like weird octopus eggs? And so they like got one and like try to like get it open and like, what the fuck's in this? And like this like liquid, like gooey liquid started coming out, and then this like long tapeworm started to emerge. Basically it's like been at the bottom of the ocean for like 10,000 years, and I'm just like hibernating. And they're like, they released one, so like, I don't know, just fucking leave shit alone, you know? We only discovered like 1% of the ocean. Like, we don't know what the fuck is down there, and you guys have these goddamn Ridley Scott eggs at the bottom of the ocean, and you're trying to open them up. Like, stop it.
Yeah, dude. Well, from the ocean, let's go back to noses, because just a few weeks earlier from this case, the first known New World screwworm case was in an elderly woman who died of septic shock a few days after her admission from her own nasal infestation. In that case, the screwworm fly had entered the patient's mouth and laid eggs back in her larynx. After the worms hatched, they ate their way down into her lung. Oy vey, for decades the New World screwworm had been kept at bay by a U.S.-financed program in which tens of millions of sterilized flies were released from planes every year over the Darien Gap rainforest in Panama. This neutralized the natural population and created an artificial wall across South America's northern tip, ensuring that the vast cattle herds on Texan ranchers would be insulated from flesh-devouring pests. 3 years ago, however, screwworms reappeared, and the number of cases, mostly among cows and other livestock, has since spiraled dramatically. Oh, fuck, man. The blame comes from this unwelcome revival due to human disruption in the region's delicate ecological balance. Thanks, but fucking no thanks. Yeah, there you go, guys. We've been gone for 3 months, and we came back. Sudden panic. Yeah. Nose worms. Gross. Well, folks, we're back. And unfortunately, this will be the last audio episode to go up. Our audio feeds, getting this as kind of a reminder of, hey, thanks for listening. Now come watch us.
Yeah.
Every single week.
And to everybody who's already watching us, thanks for the support. Because it always amazes me that the amount of love and stuff that we get on Rumble and Facebook and YouTube. So, you know, you got to go where the audience is, so to speak.
Sorry, I was reading the comments. My wife... Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Making me laugh here. Yeah, thanks again, everybody, for watching. And who knows, this might be your fun little thing when we're going to do this. Maybe even a little earlier to schedules. That way we can catch some people, you know, a little earlier in the day. Or it might still be at like... But it is good to be back. And yeah, again, like Preston said, thanks for your patronage, for following and supporting for all these years. Now we just got to shift a little bit to video. So, yeah, not that big of a jump.
Yeah, I mean, we already do video. So, I mean...
Yeah, I guess you guys have to shift.
Yeah.
Good shit. All right, man. Well, for now, that's all I think we have to say about that. If you are on socials, please follow us on Facebook at the Pixelated Paranormal Podcast. If you are on Instagram, we are PXL Paranormal, or is it PX Paranormal? I haven't touched Instagram in a long time, so let me just check this out.
That's all. It's all you, man.
I am one pathetic loser.
That is all you.
Dude, yeah, how do I... PXL Paranormal, Jesus. Yeah, so follow us on Instagram, Facebook. You got anything for Doms?
Yeah, need a beard, want a beard. Want to grow the best damn beard possible? Are you tired of having weird, like, fluke worms and flies eating your face and laying larvae where they shouldn't? Well, you have a ratty-ass beard, and the one way to not have a ratty-ass beard is to go over to BigDobsBeardBomb.com and use promo code PXLPARA for 20% off your order. That's right, folks. PXLPARA for 20% off your order. Pick yourself up some scents like Bay Rum, Fresh, Citrus, Mint, Classic, Sweet Tobacco, Spartan, I don't know. Dobbs might be coming out with new stuff. The man is a jack of many trades. Fantastic little barber career he's got going on right now.
Yeah.
He's always posting fancy pants videos of him in the barber shop doing shit. So just, you know what? Do us a favor. Do Dobbs a favor. Go over to BigDobbsBeardBomb.com. Get yourself all your beard products. Do it with Dobbs.
Fuck yeah.
Dobbs might be coming out with
I got sorry guys, I'm sitting here getting high on my own supply. Just checking on the Facebook real quick. I got to try a test. Who is Threeble? Preston teaches D&D, Shawn about paranormal stuff when? ? Comment from YouTube. Anyway, sorry guys, we're kind of rusty. We're all over the place.
Yeah.
Super stoked to be back. Very excited. If you're in the Wichita area, stop by. See Leslie, our dear friend Leslie, and the rest of the gang over at CD Trade Post at Pawnee and Seneca. And until next time, guys, I don't have a drink. Cheers to the future. Cheers to the weird shit in the world and to those of us that love to talk about it.
And then stay spooky and stay on the paranormal highway.
The cast at Pixelated Paranormal would like to thank you for listening to this week's episode. Pixelated Paranormal is here to tell you tales of the fantastical, the strange, the unknown. Tales that will move you a little further down the paranormal highway. If you'd like to share your own listener story, we would love to hear it. Email us at pixelatedparanormal@gmail.com. Again, that's pixelatedparanormal@gmail.com. We'd really love to hear from you. Again, thanks for listening to this week's episode of Pixelated Paranormal, your guide to the unusual and the strange.